Imagine a world where no one dies, no disease, no aging, no final breath. A world where every human lives forever. At first, it sounds like paradise, a gift beyond imagination. But immortality comes with a cost, one far heavier than anyone expects, because when death disappears, so does everything that makes us human. This is what would happen if everyone on Earth became. It happens instantly. A global transformation. Every cell in every body stops aging. DNA no longer decays. Organs no longer fail. Accidents heal. Diseases collapse against an unbreakable biology. People feel invincible. The elderly awaken with new strength. The sick breathe without fear. Hospitals empty. Funeral homes close. Insurance companies collapse overnight. Humanity celebrates the greatest breakthrough in history. But at first, immortality changes everything. People stop rushing. Plans stretch into centuries. Relationships drift, reform, and dissolve. Work becomes meaningless. When you have forever, deadlines lose their power. But with no new generations coming, birth rates plummet. Why have children when life never ends? Schools close. Playgrounds go silent. The world becomes older, but not wiser. After centuries of growth, the Earth finally reaches its breaking point. No space, no food, no energy. Billions of immortal beings competing for resources that never regenerate fast enough. Wars erupt, not to conquer nations, but simply to survive. But these wars are unlike anything humanity has seen. Immortal armies, endless battles, soldiers who cannot die. Combat becomes eternal struggle, fought not for victory, but for access to land, water, and breathable air. Cities turn into battlegrounds. Entire regions collapse into chaos. Immortality brings not peace, but the longest war in human history. Living forever changes the mind, not in years, but in centuries. Memories begin to blur under their own weight. People forget their own childhoods, their own parents, their own identities. Immortality becomes a prison of endless recollection. Too much to remember, too much to carry. Psychologists discover a new disorder, temporal compression syndrome. When the brain can no longer hold centuries of experience without fracturing, people lose themselves in time. Some go mad, some isolate for decades, some wander the world, searching for meaning they can no longer feel. Death gives life urgency. Urgency gives life meaning. Remove death, and meaning dissolves. Artists lose inspiration. Leaders lose conviction. Inventors lose ambition. Every achievement becomes inevitable. Given infinite time, anyone can accomplish anything. So nothing feels special anymore. Even love changes. Relationships that once lasted a lifetime now stretch over centuries. Passion fades. Commitment fractures. Partners outgrow each other, not in years, but in eras. Immortality does not strengthen relationships. It erases them, slowly. After centuries of growth, the Earth finally reaches its breaking point. No space, no food, no energy. Billions of immortal beings competing for resources that never regenerate fast enough. Wars erupt, not to conquer nations, but simply to survive. But these wars are unlike anything humanity has seen. Immortal armies, endless battles, soldiers who cannot die. Combat becomes eternal struggle, fought not for victory, but for access to land, water, and breathable air. Cities turn into battlegrounds. Entire regions collapse into chaos. Immortality brings not peace, but the longest war in human history. 1,000 years pass. Civilizations rise and fall. Empires stretch, collapse, and rebuild. Wars ignite and fade into memory. Humanity lives through cycles of destruction and renewal, but never dies. People become detached from life itself. Time feels meaningless. History becomes an endless loop. Some turn to extreme dangers to feel alive. Floods, storms, wildfires, anything to jolt their unending existence. Others simply wait. For meaning, for purpose. Immortality sounds like paradise. But in truth, it is a slow unraveling of everything we are. It removes meaning, purpose, urgency, love, progress, hope. Death is not the enemy. It is the boundary that gives life its value. Without that boundary, life becomes infinite and infinitely empty. In the end, the real question is not, what if everyone was immortal? It is, would life still matter if it never ended? And if immortality changes what it means to live, does it also change what it means to be human?